This is Ryan Elliott for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. We're in Liverpool. I'm joined by a very giddy Josh Pritchard and Jack Hillier. Good to see you, lads. One thing we want to clear up before we get going. The last time we had Jack on the channel, we asked the Boxing Social viewers to suggest nicknames because he didn't have one. I think we finally got one. Can you clarify for us, Jack, your new ring moniker?
I mean, it's still up for discussion. I'm sorry to disappoint, but we're moving towards the Wolf / the Team Wolf.
The Wolf, Jack Hillier, 100%. It's done.
It seems to me like the Wolf is a done deal, so thank you to everyone who suggested. Jack, the Wolf Hillier. Where to begin, lads? Chris Billam-Smith's behind us. That's why we're in Liverpool. He fights for the Commonwealth title Saturday. What's the mood like around the camp? There's been a lot of laughter off camera. We're not going to go into why, but jokes are plenty. Has Chris been this spirited throughout camp? How's it been?
Yeah, it's been great. Chris had an amazing camp down in Kent. Yeah, amazing camp for Chris. A great fight week spirit as always through the team. It's great to have Jack up as well for his first fight week. Yeah, really good spirits. Looking forward to watching Chris get the win and pick up the Commonwealth title.
Jack, from your perspective, as a fellow South Coast upcoming fighter, when you look at someone like Chris, he and I have just spoken about if he can claim this Commonwealth title, he might be able to headline a show in the South Coast. That must give you that little bit more rearing amount of victory on Saturday night, knowing that you could be part of a bill like that down on the South Coast should he get the win and bring the title back down.
I have no doubt about it that he will. I mean, it's certainly exciting. I mean, that's what I want to be a part of, the big shows, and especially down the South Coast. I mean, you want as much support there as possible, and for him to bring it back down to the South Coast, that's all you want, really.
Josh, something I spoke to Chris about on the back of the Riakporhe fight, even though he wasn't victorious, it was a close fight. He said to me he felt it was sort of important to get back in another high-profile fight, a domestic fight that some people might see as a pick'em, so to speak. Yeah. Do you see it that way? Do you think to see the best of Chris, we had to see him go straight back in there and show us, something more as well?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Obviously, the Riakporhe fight was really close. It could have gone either way. Obviously, we believed that Chris was going to get the nod on the night, but unfortunately he didn't. But for sure, getting straight back in for the Commonwealth title is a great move for Chris. He doesn't need any of them 6-8 rounder takeover fights anymore. Glover is a really good fighter. A lot of respect to Glover. Like I said, Chris and Glover sparred for 6th round. It was a great spar, but as a team we're really positive and in full belief that Chris is going to do a number on the night. So, but yeah, great move to get straight back into a high-profile fight like this. Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
Now, both fighters have told me today that they expect this to be a fan-friendly fight. They both perhaps expect to get hit a bit more, but will also land more. Do you guys see it that way? Do you expect this to be possibly what could be a fight of the night Saturday night in Liverpool?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I haven't seen too much of Glover, but obviously we know Chris can punch. He's an exciting fighter, so I mean, it's certainly on his side. So if you can expect the same from Glover, from what I've been told, then I think it'll certainly be an exciting fight on the night.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, Glover's a lot more traditional than what Riakporhe was. So just like Chris said earlier, there's going to be a lot less holding. The work's going to be flowing a lot better. So and I think both the lads are going to be ringing some bombs on there. So yeah, it's going to be a great fight.
Jack, let's talk about you. You're back out in action in December. I think it's your 3rd fight of the year. I think I'm right in saying. Same night as Anthony Joshua. That said, looking to close the year with a win and sort of set yourself up nicely going into next year.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to watch a big fight, I mean, just head down to the South Coast and Southampton. I think it'd be as exciting as the Joshua Ruiz fight. So, yeah, just tune into that. But no, I'm certainly very excited for it. I mean, it's my 7th pro fight, so things are starting to move on now. And I had 2 fights in June this year, so I didn't fight up until June, and I had 2 fights in June, and I'm back out now. So I'm just excited to get back out and boxing, really.
Josh, from your perspective, you're still a fairly green coach, up-and-coming coach. Are you two sort of learning together along the way? And are you happy with what you've seen from Jack in terms of his development? I think it's been about a year and a half since you started working together, is that right?
Yeah, no, exactly. About a year and a half now. Jack's developing as a fighter really well. Obviously, he was a great amateur anyway. Gary and the Southampton team done a brilliant job with him. But yeah, no, absolutely. I'm still learning as a coach. I'm learning the job with Jack. Lucky I've got Shane and Barry in the gym every day, so I'm obviously learning off them. But no, I think me and Jack are working really well together. We're developing both as fighter and coach. So, but I'm looking forward to seeing Jack out in December. It's it's going to be probably a 6, maybe possibly an 8-rounder in December, and then hopefully start of the year we're going to try and pick up a little title, Southern Area title, and then push on for English and eventually British. So, exciting times.
Jack, all being well December, do you second that? Do you feel you're ready to start going for sort of regional belts going into the start next year?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that's what you want. That's why you turn pro. You want to win as many titles as possible, and that's what I've been looking forward to, really. I mean, and looking at the sort of domestic scene, I feel no reason why I can't go through and fight for those belts and win them. So definitely I'm excited for that.
Elsewhere, Chris Billam-Smith fights on a world title undercard this weekend. Callum Smith defended his WBA Ring Magazine titles against John Ryder here in Liverpool. How do you both see the fight going? Chris and I were speaking about, the size and sort of how big an ask it is for John Ryder, but how do you both see the fight going in your own words?
Yeah, I was stood next to Chris earlier watching John at the workout. He's just so much smaller. I know we can keep banging on about size, but Callum is just such a big lump for the weight. Callum's a great, well-rounded fighter. Obviously, I see him close up with the George fight. He's a very, very good fighter, great puncher. I think he takes John out in the middle part of the fight. But John's a good fighter in his own right as well, and I feel like he'll be a very game the whole way through.
To be honest, I second that, really. I mean, Callum Smith's a great fighter, and he's, like you said about the size, I mean, he's massive for the weight. He's a lot bigger than John Ryder. I mean, John Ryder's a great fighter, but Callum Smith, he's an all-round, technically he's a great fighter, he can punch, and he's just big at the weight, so I don't really see how John Ryder's going to beat him, really, Saturday night.
One more fight I want to get your thoughts on before I let you go, gents, because I appreciate everyone's got training to do except me. Deontay Wilder has a rematch with Wilder-Ortiz out in Las Vegas this weekend. First fight, tremendous fight, very conclusive knockout in the end from Deontay Wilder. Repeat or revenge?
Repeat. I think it's definitely a potential slip up though, because Ortiz is always awkward and dangerous. So I hope Wilder's on his game and he gets the job done. But Ortiz is not to be wrote off.
I mean, it seems like I'm copying him here, but I'm gonna have to go for a repeat for Wilder. I mean, he can dig, and he's one of the best heavyweights in the world. So I definitely can see him putting over Ortiz and stopping him again. I mean, he stopped him the first time round. I don't see why it'd be any different the second time.
As before I let you get away, as mentioned, Chris Billam-Smith sat behind me. He's a reason you guys are here this week. What do you expect to see from the gentleman Saturday night when he challenges for the Commonwealth title?
A Chris Billam-Smith win first and foremost. I don't care how he does it. I just want to get the job done. He can outbox Craig. He can fight on the inside. So I don't mind as long as he gets the job done and he makes it easy enough for himself. But it'll be an entertaining fight. Just hopefully not too entertaining for us in the corner.
I mean, yeah, I can see a Chris Billam-Smith win as well. He's certainly a better boxer than him. He can outbox him all night long, but I mean, I don't want to go for any predictions, but I mean, first round knockout, Chris Billam-Smith.
Very bold, very Lawrence Okoli-esque, guys. Thank you very much for your time. We'll catch you soon. Enjoy having me out of your hotel room.